Going to start at 2 minutes. Hi guys, welcome. If you're rewatching, you can forward to 2 minutes. Hi guys, how are you doing today? So I was just there and thought about life. We need to be grateful for the gift of life. Sometimes we look so much at the things that we haven't gotten, and then we don't focus on the we focus on the things that we haven't gotten, and we don't focus on the things that we already have. So in general, if you have life, if you can breathe, if you can eat, if you can, you know you can be able to move freely with no support, you need to be grateful for life. Because man, if you go to the hospitals, if you go to like prisons, people are really suffering, people are really going through a lot, and here you are, you have your freedom, and maybe you're not grateful for it. So I just thought about it as like, let me come and share this topic. You go to the hospital and someone has to pay for the oxygen they are breathing. People's legs are up here like this, like they have been broken, but you can walk easily, you can walk freely. That is something to be grateful for. As human beings, our brains sometimes are triggered, like to think about the things that we haven't gotten yet, and also compare ourselves to other people. But we need to shift our brain and focus on things that we have, and work with what we have to see that we can make ourselves better. Then there you're going to be peaceful, you're going to be grateful, you're going to be happier, and you're going to actually get more out of this life. You're even going to think better and be better when you focus on what you have. See, comparison is the thief of joy. You don't know how long that person has worked to have their business where it is. You don't know how long they have been in school for them to get that degree and that profession and what they have, and then you compare yourself to them. No, enjoy what you have, embrace what you have. Then when you're happy with what you have, you're going to be able to think clearly, and add on onto what you have. But if you keep comparing yourself to other people and being ungrateful for what you have, you will not be added on. Things will not be added on to you. It's just like the normal positivity, like it's just like a law of nature. But the things I say here, it's just my opinion. I feel like it's the law of nature. When you're grateful, when you're happier, you're going to think better. You're going to think better. You're going to be able to see how you multiply the resources you have. You see, most people start saying that they don't have. Hi Garima, how are you? Thank you for watching. Where are you watching from? Some people sometimes say, I don't have capital to start this. I don't have the resources to start this. But if you feel you want to start up something, start by researching about it. Get to know information about it. If it is a skill you want to learn where, find out where it is being taught, where you can learn from to put that skill into action. So when you actually know You may say, I don't have the money yet to go and study that. For example, I'm going to give you an example of what happened when I wanted to start a small business. I'm going to give you that story time. As in, research where that thing is done. Find out how much do I need to go and study that skill. Then you'll be able, it's like you're moving a step forward. Okay, if you face obstacles along the way, it means that you're moving forward. Anything that finds an obstacle, meaning it is moving. So if you're not moving and you stay there and you wait, I don't have the capital, I'm waiting for people to save me. Let me tell you, no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. For example, there's a business I wanted to start. I wanted to start growing oyster mushrooms. So I started by researching about them on YouTube, getting to know about how oyster mushrooms operate, how long it takes them to grow. I think I'm talking too fast. Okay, Aaron, how are you? I'm actually calm. Okay, I'm talking about how I wanted to try to start a business. Like, don't sit there and think that things are going to find you there. Most people complain that they don't have capital. Okay, yes, you don't have capital, but start researching about the skill you want to learn. I always tell people I don't have a 9 to 5. Me, I have small businesses that I run at my own pace. So when I wanted to do that oyster mushroom business, I went and researched about oyster mushrooms. When I researched about those oyster mushrooms, I knew somebody who was doing the business as well. So I asked them, how did you get to know this? What did you do? She's like, years ago, I went to a teacher who taught me. So I told her, can you please give me the number? So I thought the person was going to give me the number like the next day. Immediately, she gave me the number. Immediately, I contacted the person. I asked them how much it's going to cost. The person told me. So this is a step forward. Mind you, when I wanted to start this business, I didn't have the capital for it, but I took a step forward. How many things have you wanted to do, but you don't take a step forward? You always need to take a step forward. So when I contacted, I knew the amount I needed. I was like, okay, I need this amount so that I go and study. So when I got the amount to go and study, I went and studied. So I'm moving, I'm progressing. I didn't wait to get the whole lump sum of money to start the business and then start, no. Immediately I knew about it, I started researching about it. So this can work for any business. Be grateful for what you have. Okay, I had the resources to research, and I was grateful for that. So I started the research. So fast forward, I was able to go and study, and then when they told me, I was like, okay, the next step, I need to put up the structure where I'm going to put the mushrooms. So I put up I knew the cost that I needed. In the midst of telling somebody that I want to put up a structure, the person was like, I have some of these materials, they are just sitting there. You can use some. You see how opportunity is finding me along the way. You see how my blessing is finding me along the way. If I had sat down and said, I'm waiting to get the whole lump sum so that I start the business, this person wouldn't have, given me some of those materials that I needed. I had even forgotten that my brother, one of my brothers is an engineer. So I bought some of the materials, I put up the structure, and I started from there. Hi Rahim, how are you? Welcome to the live. So what I'm saying, in life, whenever you want to do something, start. Things will find you along the way. But if you say that you want to figure out some things, fast forward that business, I started it. I first did some testing on some of the materials I'd gotten from different people. I tested, I was like, this one is going to be the best. So I stuck with that one. So now I bought bulk. And along the way, through one of my customers, that's how someone made a bulk order, and I was even able to do what? I was able to now bring in more and invest more in the business. But all these things, as I'm speaking, they are finding me along the way. What is that dream business that you wanted to start? What is that dream, something you've ever dreamed of that you want to start? Just start by researching about it. I think there is a way God sees that, this person wants this thing. This person wants to do something. And then he will connect you to even people who are similar or people who will help you. But when you sit down and you don't put yourself out there, no one is going to help you, because no one is going to be seeing your vision. No one is going to be knowing what you want to do. But if you put yourself out there, advertise on social media. You know, you can be, when your dream is to maybe build apartments, or you want to do Airbnb business. It doesn't mean you have to build right away. You know, you can start by advertising other people's businesses, and you get a markup. When you get a markup, when you get a markup with time, you can build your own capital. Before you know it, you rent out. You rent out your own place. You know, hi Julius, how are you? I'm also from Uganda. I'm also in Kampala. You're welcome to this live. So before you know it, you're able to rent. You know, from renting, now you're no longer waiting for people's markup. You have your own. All the money that you're receiving is going to you. You know, before you know it, you've saved money to buy maybe land. But when you say that you want to wait to get a lump sum of money and do all those things at once, it's going to be difficult. But once you start, along the way, blessings will find you. You know, and this can work for any business. You people, I'm telling you, it's like I've tested it and I've seen it, and it can work for any business. So don't just sit there and say, I don't have what to do, I don't have this, I don't have this. No. And another thing, you can come on YouTube, whatever you're doing, bring it, document it, let people know. So now I've been telling you about oyster mushroom, the oyster mushroom business I started, but I also have the hair oil business. There's a recipe I came up with of hair oil that grows hair, you know. So every time people see me, they know that she does what? Hair growth oil. That's the lady that does hair growth oil. Let people know you by your business. Let people see you and they see the business. You understand? You know, opportunities can even pass you by because the people around you don't know what you do. But once they know what you do, if they are good people, they can recommend you. You know? I'm from Zambia. I'm a good driver. I'm looking for a job. Now you see what I was telling you. What else do you like doing? What else can you do? Because now being someone's driver, they have to trust you. They have to know you. But if you are a good driver and your aim maybe it is to have your own car, you know, and drive Uber, you have to start from somewhere else. Maybe go and find out how much is renting a car a day. How much is renting a car a day? Find out first, which car do you need? Because being a driver, they are going to have to trust you. But you can start with Uber. But the bad thing with Uber, the car has to be the same car. So find out how much are they renting that car per day, and how much can you make. You know, get the certificates you need, or you can start from Faras, because Faras does not require you to have many documentations like Uber. You know, you start from Faras. Before you leave Faras, you know, you can advance to Uber. You can start by renting out that car. Before you know it, you save money and buy your own car. Julius, don't give up. Don't feel like because you've not gotten that job that is going to pay you a salary, you cannot maneuver around. No, start researching from today. Start researching from today. Find out, okay, I want to be a driver. Okay, what am I going to be doing? For example, I've told you, Uber or Faras. Start with Faras because it requires less documentation than Uber. If you don't have your own car, find out how much is it to rent a car. You may start out from a company when it's a lot of money. Before you know it, somewhere, somehow, someone will tell you, me, I can rent out my car for this amount per week. Before you know it, you make money, you save money, you buy your own car. I'm telling you, this strategy can work for many, many businesses. All the businesses out there, you just have to start. Start by doing research. Create your profile. Julius, create a profile, create a Facebook page, create TikTok, Put what you do. Reach out to companies, those people that do airport pickup. Reach out to those people. You know, you can start from there. But you have to be grateful for what you have so far. Right now, you have a smartphone, you have money, you have data. So use it to get you to where you are going. I repeat, you're not going to start everything in one day, but as long as you start, you get the knowledge and people to hold your hand along the way. Okay, you drive vehicle for goods. I have class C. Now you have to reach out to companies. Hi Alex, how are you? Welcome to the live. Julius, you need to reach out to companies that do that, because people have to trust you. You know? Now, you need to hang out in the places where those jobs are. Wake up and find where those tractors park. Go there. Hang around. Be busy. Let people know you. Let people understand your character, because no one is going to give you their Sinotrack for you to drive and take to Sudan when they don't know you, when they can't trust you. I don't know if I'm resonating with what you're asking, but I feel like I am. Hang around those places. Those Chinese factories. There's a Chinese factory in Sebuku that makes, they have the contract for making roads. You can go there. You go physically, you tell them, me, I've come. You know, by the end of the day, when they see you're productive, at least they will not fail to give you something. Before you know it, they will be able to trust you, and you advance to the driver part. And it's all about trust. You see, when somebody gives you that business, you have to make sure you're trustworthy. You make sure you're trustworthy. For example, if it's a business where you're the one who is getting the money and you're supposed to pay someone, you added your profit on top, make sure you give them their money immediately. Make sure you give them their money when? Immediately. I remember I've shared a story here where I sold ice cream machines. I sold ice cream machines in lockdown. But let me tell you, I have never even gone to that woman's shop. I don't even know where the shop is. But because the woman was trustworthy. But you also need to pray for God to give you trustworthy people. Because me, I went and advertised online. She told me, this is the amount I'm selling. If you get people, I'll give you such and such an amount. You know, so I'll just post them online, and people will call me, Madam, we want ice cream machines. I didn't even know much about ice cream machines. So I'll just get clients, and I tell them, when you reach such and such a place, call me. So when they reach that place, they'll call me. I'll call the lady to send one of her workers to pick the client. But up to today, by the way, I made money with that lady, but I don't even know where her shop is. Like, I know the area, but the exact spot, I don't know. And the clients would go there and buy and recommend other people. And then the lady would send me my money in my room. Like, I would make that money in my room, in my home. So pick a thing or two, start from there. Start from there. But you have to be trustworthy. But you have to also put yourself out there. Tell people what you do. Advertise yourself. Let them see you and they know what you do. Right now, I just entered the oyster mushroom business. But by the end of this year, everybody must know that I sell oyster mushrooms. Each company must know. Companies that deal, they must know. When people know you, they will be able to trust you. But also, you be trustworthy and deliver. If things are to be measured, let them be, let your scale be accurate. You know, let people know that you deliver quality and the right quantity and in time. And you know, these people that we work with, they are human beings also. If you've been caught up and you will not be able to deliver in the said time, say so. Tell the person, I will not be able to deliver today. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. The inconveniences I've caused you, but please, I will deliver on such and such a date. People are understanding, by the way. They will understand. But make sure people know what you do. Advertise your business. You find someone doing something, they meet you, like, let's say, for example, in church. Me, I'm always in church most of the time. Not most of the time, but those are my hangouts. like surrounded by church people and all that stuff. If I'm not doing business or closing a deal with someone, I'm in church. So you find somebody, you talk, you're like, hey, I have your number, I have your WhatsApp number, but you don't know what they are doing actually. They have never posted their business anywhere. Tap into the internet. Tap into the online market. Like when I started that business of hair oil, I used to sell it online. Like I didn't have a physical shop where the oil is. But with time, people, I would ask, let's say, a relative who has a shop in town, can I please put my oil here? They're like, yeah, it's okay. Aren't you going to ask me to pay? They're like, no, it's not taking up a lot of space. So when I get customers, I send them to the shop, they get the oil, the lady puts the money on my phone in the comfort of my home. And then one day I also went to, I'm a born-again Christian. I went to do evangelism. So I spoke to a young gentleman, and this gentleman was so impressed, but it wasn't me, because those words that I told that gentleman, it wasn't me. Those words of wisdom, I think it was the Holy Spirit. So that young gentleman just told me, you know what, I have a shop here in the mall. You see, I preached to the gentleman, but at the end of the day, I made sure, I think we exchanged numbers and he saw my status. And he knew I sell oil. He's like, oh, where do you sell your oil from? I'm like, online. He's like, you can bring your oil and put it at the shop. I'm like, how much are you going to charge me? He's like, no, it's for free. But it is me who said, okay, I talked to the shop attendant that was there because he was the boss. I was like, you know what? Every bottle that you sell, you'll be using, if you give me a customer, I'll give you such and such an amount. So that's how we agreed. But it all starts with taking a step. If you don't take a step, people will not know. Like God will not align you to people in that business. When you start something, you see somewhere, somehow, God will align you to people who are doing the same business. And you want advertise yourself. I think there is nobody who doesn't know that I sell hair oil, hair growth oil. And funny enough, as I was selling the oil, people started using it, men started using it on their beards. So some men buy it and use it on their beard. So I penetrated that market as well. So even you, but it all starts with, what do you love to do? What do you want to do? There are people, okay, I can cook, but I'm not interested in cooking all the time. So there is no one going to start a business of cooking, because I have no passion for it. So if you have the passion for cooking, do what you love to cook, make snacks, do something, but also advertise, let people know your business, let them see you, and that's the girl that does this, that's the lady that does this. Let them know what you do. There's a young gentleman that used to ride me, that used to do my deliveries for the oil. Here we have boda men that deliver things for us. Like you have your personal boda man. For a long time, he knew he was a boda rider, but he's also a plumber. He knows how to like fix pipes and all those water things talking about. He's like, I can actually fix it. And then I gave him, like, I tried him on our kitchen sink, and he actually did it. But how many deals would I have given him if for the years I'd known him, I'd known that he's also a plumber? I would have given him so many deals. But because I didn't know what else he was doing, for me, I just knew him as a boda rider. That is deliveries. For me, that is honest. But you need to put your business out there wherever you go. Even though you have a 9 to 5, let all your workers know. Let them know your side hustle that you're doing. That side business that you're doing. It can even become into a huge business with time if you focus on it. But what I was trying to bring out, make sure people, let your business be like, when people see you, they know that is the lady that does such and such a business. Let them know, because you're going to lose out on recommendations. You're going to lose out on people recommending you because they don't even know what you do. Put it out there. And the cheapest or no cost way of marketing, referral. You do something for someone and they refer somebody. But how are we going to refer people when we don't know what you do? So let us, if you're growing eggs, if you're into real estate, you have Airbnb, let the people around you know. You know, they could be in a conference, maybe an opportunity comes up. When that opportunity comes up, they could recommend you because they know what you do actually. But then if people don't know what you're doing, how are they going to recommend you? They won't be able to recommend you. So put yourself out there, advertise your business, let people know, you know. And if you have enough capital, yes, get a physical location. But even though you still haven't gotten that physical location, start online. Penetrate the online market. Just be trustworthy. That if a customer makes an order, have a delivery guy that is honest. He delivers, they bring for you your money, or he puts your money on the phone. With time, you can get a physical location. Or you may decide that, this online thing is working for me. I'll just take orders and do deliveries. Take orders and do deliveries. And you stick to the online thing because it is stress-free, it is rent-free. You're doing it in the comfort of your home, at your own pace, at your own time. You know? Then we also have to move from the quadrant of being a business person, and then you turn into an investor. You know? That money you have maybe saved or that you have collected, that's a lump sum. Make sure you invest it somewhere where it makes money when you're sleeping. Can you make a heart? What do you mean, can I make a heart? I don't understand what you're saying, dear. I don't understand. You know, you have to make sure you move from the quadrant of being a business owner. First, the quadrant of being an employee, business owner, investor. I think I saw this somewhere. I learned it from somewhere. An investor, where your money is making money for you even when you're sleeping. I believe that should be the aim of everybody. Yeah, that should be the aim of everybody. So don't be afraid to start anything. Start by doing research. And there are so many things you can do in the comfort of your home if you have space. And us that are in Uganda, in countries that are not like, that have good weather, there's a lot you can do at home. So don't sit there and say, recently, I don't want to burst my bubble. I'll first do it and come here and show you when I add it to my collection, because I was online, I saw something, I was like, but I actually can do this. And personally, when I make a product, I use it. So you cannot find me in the supermarket buying hair growth oil. Impossible. Impossible. I use my products. You know, so don't be afraid to start. Don't say I don't have enough capital. Your capital that you have is your phone and your social media platforms. Start from there. Don't wait to have huge lump sums of money for you to start. You can start in the comfort of your home, and with time it will grow. With time the business will multiply. With time you reinvest and your capital will grow. And you can do it, but make sure you do something that you're interested in. Someone, you can hear us, quote unquote, motivational speakers telling you this business, the other business, this business, the other business. But when it's not what you're interested in, sit down, write a list of the things you're interested in. If you're interested in cooking, if you're interested in making a product, if you're interested in what? Anything that you're interested in. If you're interested in farming, if you're interested in like growing stuff from scratch, if you're interested in making products, beauty products, find out what you like, that you feel you're interested in. Pick that one thing, focus on it, research about it. You know, whenever you're online, don't look at people and laugh, research. Go on YouTube, see videos, see how it is done, see how it is made, and have focus on it. So when you my connection. Network. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me?